just do a show that features topics I hate. It'll be like Bizarro show. Yeah, let's do the Lions draft pick won't get a QB topics before they play a single game. Awesome. Where do I sign?
Hey, you might as well get ready for this, Mike. I'm telling you, this fall will be nothing but comparison theater all the time.
Well, I will tell you, noted moron Kirk Cousins is doing his part to ruin the Vikings. Honestly, you want to tank a season? I know you did. You want to tank a season? Start your season the way they're starting it, where the coach goes out and calls his players insane, and your $40 million quarterback is either intellectually dishonest or, in fact, insane.
And on top of that, he's not good enough to be this type of distraction. I think that's what's going to sink him. You have to be Aaron Rodgers-like in order for people to put up with the sideshow and the circus. I mean, look at Houston with Deshaun Watson. All the stuff that's pending on him, and they're still like, yeah, but he can show up to camp if he wants. You're Kirk Cousins. You're not that good. They didn't really want you there. Your coach hates you. I think this may be it for him if he even makes it to the end of the season.
From a competitive level, Rico, I swear to you, from a competitive level, based on the protocols the league is putting forth, your quarterback has got to be vaccinated. You lose your QB for 10, 14 days in a regular season, following the protocols, doesn't matter how healthy he is, because the NFL has these rules, you're costing your team games. At that point, your personal beliefs have to go to the side because you're professionally paid to lead that line and to lead the other 52 guys that are in there. You don't get to have an opinion. You are paid $40 million a year. I don't want to hear about how you put your plexiglass on there. Right? You're lucky I wasn't on here last week. My head just exploded the day that Cousins left here. I wanted blood. What an idiot.
No, you know what? You need to be vacation, Mike, because I damn near lost my voice. It was insane.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Well, you know, I saw it on Newsmax. Hang on.
No, it's amazing too. I loved when they asked him, "Have you talked to Dr. Alan Sills?" Nope. Goodbye. And I have nothing to say.
But he's done
His whole
research,
idea.
though. He's done the research.
Yeah. What research? What research you done? You know what I like to do when I have an electrical problem? I call an electrician. I don't do the research. Same damn thing with Lamar Jackson. We'll get to it later. Hey, Lamar. Once wasn't enough with COVID? Nah, he spent the last 10 days in bed. No part of camp. 10 days away from the team. And his brain surgeon gets up at a podium today and goes, I'm still iffy on the vaccine. If I were a head coach, I'd erupt. I'd lose my mind. You're my quarterback. You're the single most important person in this building. I don't care what you think about anything in this world. We pay you 30 some odd million dollars a year. If you don't play, we don't win. We don't win, we don't have jobs. Get the pokey and get in the huddle. And Lamar's out here going, guys had COVID twice. let's go. Go to Brian in Ann Arbor, 97. Hi, Brian.
Man, now you got my head spinning with that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Why'd you go and talk stupidity? Done throw me off today, Mike.
Well, go ahead. You can attack both.
Yeah, well, I'll nail them both then. Well, Cousins is an idiot, and without going too down that rabbit hole, I am at the point where I'm no longer going to debate vaccine, idiot medical stuff, because I'm not really qualified to debate it, because I
Drunk Kenny available. Rico, what the hell happened last week? Did Jimmy Cook do the people right? Did he do the people right? Did he give them some decent picks?
We had a few picks, Mike, but we figured we didn't want to tarnish your legacy of on the board. So
Football
and
season.
we didn't know which races to bet in Sarasota. So
Oh, you material, huh? There you go. All right, I hope the light stanchion falls on your head. Kenny, let's go baseball. I got one pick for you. I'm comfortable with it. I like it, and I'm going to do something I never do. But I got the blessing here. Not only Jimmy Cookies, but also Kenny's blood alcohol level. How about your Yankees, my Yankees, our Yankees? On fire, 8-2 the last 10. They're taking on the crappy-ass Royals. How about Yankees on the run line? -1.5, -112, FanDuel. Royals blow, Yankees good. I don't know, makes sense to me. They're on fire. And I know, little dinged up, made a bunch of trades while I was away. They've caught fire. It just seems to me you get decent value on one of the hottest teams in baseball against, let's call it what it is, one of the worst teams in baseball. In, factually, the worst division in baseball, the AL Common Central. I like the Yankees on the run line tonight. Rico, Kenny, David, any added flavor or seasoning?
yeah, you know what? It's funny that you brought up the Yankees, Mike, because this was my Mike Valenti special. Yankees money line and under 10 runs total for +215.
Now, I mean,
The reason why I say that, the last few games, they haven't been a team that scored a total of 10 runs. So I'm going to go with that trend. They win, but the total will be under 10.
yeah, Rico, I think it's important you get 10. Don't go bleeping around with 9.5. Get the 10, worst case push out. So, all right, fair. Kenny, anything from you today other than bad breath and drinking stories?
No, good to talk to you too.
Love you too, buddy. Floral Fridays,
you know,
I heard about it.
It was
I heard about
excellent.
it.
Mike Kenny was conversing with Admiral Nelson on social media.
Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to become their brand ambassador.
Oh, no. Hey, Kenny, don't worry about it. Sales staff's all over.
Oh, sure. No question. As far as tonight, I like Miami plus the 1.5. I think that's a good
I
play.
bet you do.
Yeah, I do. I think with no Tatis, San Diego has no soul anymore. They're liable to lose any given game. Plus 1.5 makes you -104 odds. Not terrible. Thank you.
That's how I love describing bets. Not terrible. Over to David. What do you have?
There's nothing exciting tonight. I wish there was more baseball going on. I'm not excited.
You want to be excited? You guys want to be excited? Here, let me stoke your fire a little bit. Let's see if we can make the denim move. You want excitement? How about college football? Remember that sport?
Yes.
We've got opening weekend lines published. And I'll tell you right now, I got two I like. And I want to bring in noted Big Ten nerd Rico Beers. Rico, right here, right now, I'm ready to make a bold, fantastic call. Michigan State opened up +6.5 against Northwestern. They're currently +4. Money line, they're beating Northwestern on September 3rd. The second game I want your opinion on. Ohio State at Minnesota, September 2nd on Thursday night at 8 p.m. They are laying a flat 14. Take the points. Take the Gophers. Buckeyes breaking in new QBs. They're going to play 17 guys. It's going to be like a chorus line. How about Minnesota +14? You want to be excited, David? How about some football? Come on. Come on. Which one? Michigan State or Minnesota?
Minnesota. That's still Ohio State over there. And yes, they're breaking in a new QB. Still got a great defense. Still got Zach Harrison on D-line. Don't do it. Don't do it. No.
All right, by the way, fun note, how bad is Old Dominion if you're catching 34 from Wake Forest? More on that in a few minutes. Look, that is on the board. Official sports book of 97. All right, so here's the deal. Baseball's here. And on August 12th, you're getting New York, Chicago, in Iowa for one of these ridiculous, if you build it, they will come games. Okay, so be it. Make the most out of it. FanDuel Sportsbook, $5 field of dingers. Do we have to call them dingers? What are we, 6 years old? $25 on same-game parlay with these 3 legs to unlock a $5 bonus for every home run in the game. If you know the 2 teams that are playing, they hit quite a few home runs. If you haven't tried FanDuel Sportsbook, get involved. You get the first-time risk-free bet, $1,000. You bet you lose, they hit you with a bonus. You bet you win, they hit you with the cash. Either way, you're a winner. FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code TICKET. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code TICKET. You got to be 21 and up, present in Michigan. Minimum bet $25, the max bonus $35. You want the rest of the guys are going to call up and go, how the hell could he not thank Matthew Stafford? More on that later. But I wanted to bring this up because I loved it. He iced the Lions. And this, to me, is what I don't understand. I mean, Rico, obviously, if you own an NFL team, you have more money than God. You got more money than you can spend. But at a certain point, the money doesn't buy your way out of being embarrassed. It just doesn't. If Sheila Ford Hamp and any of the other Fords or whoever else is in the power structure, maybe Rod Wood set up a screen outside the mansion and they did one of those outdoor movie nights like you do for kids. And if I sat down to watch that as the owner of this team, I'd be mortified. I'd be embarrassed. Because I would watch great players from other teams thanking ownership, thanking families, talking about how fondly their time was. You know what Calvin did? Hey, you bunch of maniac drunk Lion fans, I love you. Hey, the team blew, but you still showed. I love you.
Yeah, it was a love fest.
Embarrassment.
Mike, it was a love fest for David's team. It was 5 Steelers getting inducted, and it was just how great Pittsburgh is, the owners, the organization, and you're right, get to Detroit, and Calvin's pretty much pimping his weed business.
So here's my question. How would you react if you own this team? Like, how does Sheila Ford Hamp? She goes out and says, well, I'm going to fix this. She didn't fix nothing. And look, we can disagree. Reasonable people can disagree. Maybe you like the offer the Lions made him. I didn't. Don't offer me an internship to earn my money back. My God, it sounds like something this place would do. The point is, it's just ridiculous. And once again, the Lions have to be the pariah. And I don't think Calvin did anything wrong. I thought his speech was largely excellent. I'm not going to do a power ranking of induction speeches. The Stafford thing was a little bizarre. We can get to that momentarily, but I want to understand from the people. You watched it. You heard it. He iced the team. And I'm okay with it. But how can the owners be okay with it? How can they find this to be remotely acceptable? And as a fan, how can you find it acceptable? Like, it's just so ridiculous. It's the easiest thing in the world.
It is, but I'm going to say it's like this. The answer is the same for both, Mike. You don't know any better. You don't know what it's really like. You don't know what it's like to be a real organization. You don't know what it's like to put multiple people in the Hall of Fame a ton of times. You don't know that feeling. So because you don't know that feeling, you just accept whatever you get because you were invited and you're allowed to put on the press pass or the credential and walk past the velvet rope and hang out and see all the big boys and see everybody else. But you don't know any better. You don't know what it's like because, this would have been, if all of a sudden Faneca comes out there and just doesn't mention anything about the Steelers, that's going to be a big problem. Pittsburgh's going to make sure that doesn't happen. When you see Peyton Manning coming out there and not saying anything about the Colts, that's not going to happen because they're going to make sure they take care of that. But for the Lions, they don't know any better. So to them, well, hell, Barry didn't say anything, and we got mileage out of that. So what's the big deal if Calvin doesn't mention us? And he did.
I just think the problem is, this is the second time you've gone down this road. You don't put many players in the Hall. And again now, you don't get a do-over on the Hall of Fame induction speech. And your relationship with the player is so sour that this is now, just like the bust and just like the jacket, it's forever. It's done. Now, I want to know the people's thoughts on that, and now I will give you my thoughts on the Stafford thing. 248-539-9797. Did I find it odd that he didn't, amongst giving everyone daps? I understand the tact behind it. We're going to treat everyone as equal. We're gonna thank all the teammates at one time. Okay, fine. But that's your quarterback. That's the guy that threw you almost exclusively every ball you ever caught. I did find it a little weird with John Matthew Stafford in the audience. that he did not speak to him, that he did not single him out. I couldn't help but find that to be a little odd.
No, I didn't. I would have found it odd had he pointed out other players, but he didn't. I mean, he didn't point out Rob Sims, and he's in business with him. So the fact that he
Who the hell
just
is Rob Sims?
right,
He's not one of the top 300 guards to play the game.
you see, I look at him every day, Mike. I think what he did was told all of his teammates, "Hey guys, stand up so I can acknowledge you." So at that point, you're kind of off the hook because once you start naming names, and if you forget one, well, now you're in trouble. Well, how dare you forget about me? What about that time I helped you out? What about that time I did this? So he went the safest route. Don't go with the names of players. Just have them all stand up. I was okay with that. Had he said, "Oh, I'm giving shots out to all of these different people who play for the team and forgot Stafford," then yeah, big faux pas. But I like how he handled that.
248-539-9797. And again, there are two sides to this. You know I'm frustrated with both sides. But now that the Hall of Fame induction speech is done, it's such a bummer that this team so rarely ever is in this position. It shows you their long-term ineptitude. But B, they didn't get it fixed. They didn't get it fixed. They didn't get it right. And they got iced out at their own Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which should be something great for the franchise. And guess what? Now you got another player ain't going to be around. Ain't going to come around. Doesn't have nice things to say about it. You know, and it's, hey,
Did you see part of the deal, Mike? Mike, you see part of the deal where they said, "Hey, if you come back when we retire your jersey, but you got to stick around for the entire 5 hours, pregame, during the game, and postgame, and then we'll give you
Rico. They basically wanted him to sing for his supper. That was
get up on the pole and start dancing." Sheila just starts spitting out the singles.
right. You play through the injuries. You give your body to the game. You give your body to the team. You played through a ton of stuff. You know what? Hey, it didn't work out. You didn't win a Super Bowl. They went after his money. And just because you can do something doesn't make it right. And the bottom line is, both sides look bad, but at least Calvin last night, he didn't take shots at him. He ignored them. And that would, to me, if you
That's
have
worse.
any pride, that should bother you.
No,
As an
silent
owner,
treatment
not as
is
a fan.
always bad. No. The silent treatment is always worse. We talked about this. It's like, Mike, you're sitting around the house and your wife just stops talking to you. Now you know you're in trouble. You don't know what, man, you'd rather get yelled at than have somebody totally ice you out. Because
For
that
more on
says-
that, let's go to Roberto.
Roberto, you're on the air.
248-539-9797. David, do you have any thoughts, or were you tearing up as Alan Faneca was speaking to his wife?
I was not tearing up, but what I'll say here is, Rico, I would not accept the fact that they don't know any better, because Sheila said she was going to be different. She said she was going to be different than her father.
Okay,
She said she was
David.
going to. Yes,
Didn't Martha say it was going to be different with her?
but
Everybody says it's going to be different.
and I understand that. You're right.
Once again,
Everyone
and
says
you know what?
that.
It's the same family, and they don't know any better. They don't know what different is.
And-
So
and you-
I'm sorry.
And you could be right about that, but the fact that Sheila was there and saw what happened with Barry Sanders and didn't say, "I can't let this happen to me. I can't let this happen to the organization again." She had an opportunity to fix it, and she didn't. She said she would fix it, and the fix that they tried to do, that's not a fix.
Yeah, but David, here's the thing. What's the point of fixing it when you're still going to get the same checks, you're still going to make the same amount of money? So what? People aren't going to make... It's not that big of a story national because you're the Lions and no one cares about you. So you know what? Take the hit, ride the wave, and just get back to business as usual in a few weeks with, Dan Campbell saying something else. That's going to draw the media attention, not Calvin Johnson.
No, but it's what I get tired of, and I think there are a lot of people out there who get tired of it too. Why can the Lions not even attain the status of being an NFL team? They are always lesser than. They are always viewed as beyond substandard. People don't even consider the Detroit Lions part of the NFL. The Lions are the team that when you're sitting in a bar and you ask your buddy Barney to name all the NFL teams, he forgets the Lions. Like, these are the opportunities that allow you to be part of the club, and they can't even get it right. Oh, we'll give you your money if you work for us. Oh, we'll give you your money if you get retired here and stay for the whole 5 hours and sign autographs. Oh, and by the way, jump out of a cake for my cousin Theo. I mean, it's absurd. The whole thing's absurd.
Because, Mike, they don't know what it's like to be a winning organization. They don't know what it's like to be a real organization. Because this is what it is. And this is when you get the fans saying, they don't owe him anything because the contract says this. It's like, guys, real organizations take care of their players.
Can I ask you a question?
Player? I got
Do
you.
you believe Calvin Johnson outperformed his contract? If you look at his entire career, do you believe Calvin did more for the organization and made the organization fivefold, sixfold, sevenfold the money they ever paid? Do you think he outperformed his paycheck? You feel good about that? Okay. So if it's okay for a player to outperform their contract and not get any extra compensation, why is it wrong for said player to not want the team to go after his money? Just because you can do it doesn't mean that you do it.
I look at it as,
I can say do it, but do it.
it's like being at a restaurant. You leave a tip. And that $1.6 million, Calvin, that's your tip. Appreciate it. You keep that. No. We don't want any change back. You keep the change. Let's just walk away. But they didn't. They wanted their money back because this is standard business practice in Detroit. Because once again, this team doesn't know any better. They've never
way to get him the money back.
Winning.
The way to get him the money back, like Gator was saying, well, I can't do it with the rule. If I put $1.5 million in cash in a Christmas stocking, what's the NFL going to do about it?
Right.
I mean, what are we even talking about at this point?
Nothing.
If you wanted to fix the issue, you could have fixed the issue. And it was never about, here's your money, you come and work for us. Just give me my damn money.
Calvin doesn't need it to be public. Calvin, you're right. You can put it in a bag and say, here you go. Here's this duffel bag. Take that. And all of a sudden, Calvin's going to say, hey, I'm pro-Lions. What happened? You know what? We just had a sit-down meeting, and I just feel like it was my duty. But yes, you're right. You can pay this, but you can't go through this. No. You have a personal bank account, right? Yeah. Write the check. If you don't want the paper trail, go get cash. And just, here you go, buddy. Here's all the
Because you know
money
what
that
last
you
night should have been? Last night should have been Calvin talking about how wonderful Sheila is, or how Sheila and him and the mending of fences and being in the good graces. No one needs it. You don't need to go up there and say they're the greatest franchise on the planet. You don't need to go up there and talk about how they're God's gift to the league. But the idea that once again, on a big night, the Lions are made to look lesser than. It's just so tiresome. It's so ridiculous. You watch every other speech, and there's a level to it.
Yeah,
And
they
you
fit their
get
own
the
stereotype last night.
Yes. What is it? Lucy taking the football from Charlie Brown.
Yep.
By the way, did you know there's a guy named Charlie Brown in the NBA Summer League?
No.
Big facts,
There's a guy
man.
named
Well, I was all over
a guy named Jeff Jackson in something.
Is there a guy named Ward Manuel in Ann Arbor?
I cannot confirm it.
Good afternoon. 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, they got everything you need. Go to Vegas, have a good time, do whatever the hell you want. Doesn't matter what Rico tells you anymore, right? This guy's trying to take football from me. You think I'm taking Vegas from you? No way. The long bar, the sports book, they got it all. So stop by today, and whether it's football season or March Madness or anything in between, plan a trip to D.com. You're staying on the strip, no problem. Head downtown for one afternoon. Bet a few games, go out to a few nice restaurants, which, yeah, newsflash, this ain't your dad's downtown. They've actually got a ton of nice restaurants down there now. Not going to name them publicly. That would be a freebie. The point is, get a group together. The D.com, to book your stay today. It's the D.com, the D Las Vegas. It's your home for sports in Vegas.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Folks, once again, your generosity has helped to make Mother Waddles Michigan's largest car donation program. That's right. When it comes time to donate a car, more people are choosing Mother Waddles than any other charity. That's because everyone knows that Mother Waddles will use your generous car donation to help the poorest of the poor right here in our community. So if it's time to donate your car, join the tens of thousands of other satisfied car donors and donate your car to Mother Waddles. And remember, Mother Waddles will pick up your car for free and in a timely manner. So go with the leader. Donate your car to Mother Waddles, Detroit's oldest and most respected car donation program. Simply call Mother Waddles today at 313-WADDLES or go online and donate your car at motherwaddles.org. Mother Waddles, a name you can trust. Call 313-WADDLES. That's 313-WADDLES.
The Detroit Tigers have kids covered all season long. Join the Tigers for each Sunday home game during the 2021 season. Select children have the ability to participate in first pitches, announce starting lineups, and participate as in-game promotion contestants. Tickets are available now to all home games at Tigers.com.
Okay, let's play a little game. How many pairs of footwear do you think Skechers have sold? 100 million? 200 million? 500 million? Not even close, Schunak the Magnificent. Over 2 billion with a capital B. Why? Because so many people worldwide have discovered that with every pair of Skechers, comfort is included. So once they try them on, they fall in love with the comfort. Then they get another pair, and another, and another. And how does Skechers include comfort in every pair? By being a comfort technology company and putting comfort innovations in every nook and cranny of their footwear. With features like air-cooled memory foam, hyper-burst foam, breathable knits, ultra-go cushioning, and more. And comfortable fits like relax fit, stretch fit, wide fit, seamless fit, arch fit with expert certified arch support, just to name a few. So if you're looking for stylish footwear that doesn't cost a fortune and feels like $1 million, get yourself a pair of Skechers. Because no matter what pair you choose, you'll be guaranteed one thing. They'll be comfortable right out of the box. Buy them at Skechers.com, a Skechers store, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Napa know-how. At Napa, get a $10 gift card when you buy a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 motor oil for $27.99. A deal so rich, they'll call you an oil tycoon. Yep, with great oil for $27.99 and $10 back. All you'll need is a monocle. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, substitute statement with taxes and recycling fees. Advertised sales price will not be available in some states. Rebate restrictions apply. Offer ends 8/31/21.
In some places, it's always rush hour, and the honking never stops. At Nature Valley, we wouldn't have it any other way. Take in the outdoors with Nature Valley granola bars.
The next time you're in Vegas, head to the D Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip, it's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Radio.com is now Odyssey. Download the Odyssey app and listen to 97.1 The Ticket and all the sports, news, music, and podcasts that move you.
We'll get to a blitz later in the hour where we talk about real football. But Calvin Johnson got inducted to the Hall of Fame last night. A lot of guys did. And Calvin's speech, obviously, was not like the others. Because Sheila Ford Hamp and this franchise couldn't fix the relationship. And Calvin, I don't know, man. You know, am I tired of him? Am I tired of them? Sure, I'm tired of them both. But if I got to tip the scales one way, yeah. I mean, 51% Calvin, 49% the Lions. Like, I'm on his side with it. Because it was so simple to fix. And my takeaway from last night, and again, I liked the speech. I thought not mentioning Stafford was a little weird. But overall, it once again makes the Lions look just substandard, inadequate. It makes them look like they're not really an NFL team. They're just sort of there. And if I own the team, that would drive me nuts because money doesn't fix that. Your personal wealth doesn't fix that. People view you like a clown. They view you like a joke. So no matter how much money you got,
That's what people think of you. That would drive me crazy.
But Mike,
And
you're
for a
driven
very
to
small
excellence.
amount of money. What's up?
You're driven to excellence. That's why it would drive you crazy. It's why when I joke with you and be like, hey, your team has just won 2 Super Bowls, you're like, yes, but we could have done better. We could do, I want more. You don't get this with this organization because they've never had better. They truly are operating out of ignorance. And it's not a slam on them. It's not a slander. It just is what it is. They've never won. They don't know what it's like to be a first-class organization.
248-539-9797. David, the ticket text. Then we'll get to the callers. We'll go around the league later in the hour. What do you got, D?
You all must be new to the NFL. The Seahawks disrespected Thomas and Sherman. Some Patriots have been disrespected. This isn't a Lions thing.
Yeah, but time out. Here's your problem. Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, huge talkers. At times, problems for the organization. Second of all, organization wins things. Goes to Super Bowls. When you are the Lions and you produce nothing of nothing with nothing, I think the rules are different. If the Patriots want to behave one way as the greatest franchise in the history of the league, do you really think it's acceptable for the Lions to behave in the same manner? As the veritable clown car from the film Uncle Buck?
Yeah, and this is Calvin Johnson. This is your surefire Hall of Famer. You take care of this because you just experienced this with Barry Sanders. Like the two best guys in recent history for the Lions, and you screwed them both over. I mean, that's not acceptable.
Calvin is all about Calvin, not at all surprised he mentioned no one but himself.
Not fair. He did mention the fans of Detroit, so I knew he would acknowledge the fans. What else do you want him to do? But that's fans. Fans will always. I've never understood why fans always side with ownership when it comes to stadiums and building or anything. They always
So bizarre. It's so bizarre. They choose the billionaires over the millionaires. It's crazy. Like, a player's never received a tax abatement. They've never received public money. Their contracts aren't funded by your tax dollars. Like, the players are the ones who go out and get paralyzed or broken bones or torn tendons. They're the ones having surgery every off season. And yet and still, fans, dullards, will line up and defend people who are lucky members of the Lucky Sperm Club because they were born into the right family. Like, that's unbelievable to me.
I agree with Mike. Calvin, as a Hall of Fame wide receiver, has to shout out his quarterback. Drew Pearson couldn't stop praising Roger Staubach.
I just thought it was weird. I'm not going to hammer him on it, but I kept waiting for it, and so was ESPN because they kept showing Stafford. They were waiting for it. It never happened.
I mean, maybe it's just more dysfunction within the family. So rather than air it out, you know what? Everybody stand up. Let's just move on.
So the fact that we even are questioning the Hall of Fame speech speaks volumes of the organization. What other town has this discussion about a Hall of Fame speech?
Nowhere. That's the problem. Nowhere. We'll get to the people. And then I really do want to get a blitz in the mix. There's so much going on in the NFL. We got to talk about noted brain surgeon Lamar Jackson. I got a bouquet I'd like to give to Al Avila. Just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bouquet. No qualifiers, no caveats. We'll do that later today. Let's go to JR right now, 97.1. Hi, JR.
Good to talk to you guys. I was just wondering, I know it's only 1.6 million, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but what if he walks away with 2 years left and he owes 5, or he walks away with 3 years left and he owes 7 back? I mean, is there a line we draw? Is there a precedent we set? I'll hang up and listen.
No, JR, I would simply say this. If he's a Hall of Fame type of guy, yeah, you eat the cost because you know down the line you want him to show up at games. You want him walking around, waving to the crowd, flipping coins. You're going to put his, when you put his jersey up in the rafters, when you do all of that stuff, you want goodwill. That allows you to have goodwill. you don't want to leave on bad terms, because you see what happens when you break up on bad terms and then that person gets honored. They don't honor you back.
Roberto, your thoughts?
Roberto, you're on the air.
Amazing. 248-539-9797. I'm going to get to the people. We'll get to a blitz at 3:45, and we got it. 4 o'clock's going to be a explosive hour. I can feel it already. 97. That's right.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. 75 southbound after East Holly Road, right lane is blocked by an accident. There's a separate crash on northbound 75 near Davisburg Road, also in the right lane. A crash is working 696 westbound just after Telegraph. Stormy forecast. Be prepared with the whole house generator from Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical, starting at $99 a month, and they'll beat any price. For your free estimate, visit mastercraftheating.com. That's mastercraftheating.com. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook.